guys, this is Christy Fulk with Create with Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S. Well, I finally got to play with my August paper pumpkin kit for 2021. I love this kit. It's Shelli's Hope Box kit, and it came with such beautiful cards. This is probably one of my favorite kits that we've gotten so far. And I had a hard time coming up with alternatives because I loved the original cards so much. Just a gorgeous kit. And I have really good news for those of you that didn't get this kit. I'll let you know that here in just a minute. First, let me show you these cards. Isn't that gorgeous? And here's the other one. So these are all the original cards. These aren't my alternatives yet. And then this one, I think this one's my favorite. Isn't that gorgeous? I love those butterflies and the flowers. Now, for those of you that don't subscribe to Paper Pumpkin are like, oh, I wish I'd gotten that kit. You can get it now, but from now till August 31st, 2021. So it's not a big, large window. You've only got a few days left, but it is such a beautiful kit, and I highly recommend it. And you can get it for $19 plus shipping and tax. And I will put a link to that in my video description below. So just click on that and you can place that order. And for those of you that subscribe to Paper Pumpkin already, the refill kits are up too, and you can order those refill kits, and I'll put a link to that in my video description also. But I just love how they're opening up to everybody. The reason they're doing that is because for a few days during the subscription time to get this kit, the site was messed up and nobody could subscribe. So they wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to get this kit. So that's why they're giving us this offer that anyone in the US can buy this kit, even if you don't subscribe. Now, if you're like, boy, good, I didn't want to miss this kit, believe me, you're not going to want to miss the kits that are coming up. They've got a lot of holiday ones coming up. So I would highly recommend subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. And I've got a link to that down in my video description as well. But this kit is just, oh, it's gorgeous. So let's go ahead and get these out of the way, and I'll start making the alternatives. And if you want to stamp along with me, most of the things I used on my alternatives are in the kit. There are a couple pieces of cardstock I added, and I'll put those dimensions on my blog post, and there's a link to that below in the video description too. Got a lot of links down there. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first card I'm going to do is the pink card base. So I'm going to grab that one here, and it's already scored for us. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a sharper crease, so that's ready to go. And then an added piece of cardstock that I put with a card is a pool party piece. It's 3 3/8 inches by 4 5/8. And here's the stamp set. Love this stamp set. It is so pretty. Let me put it behind the white. Maybe you can see it a little better. But I love all the images, all the greetings. It's such a pretty set. And the neat thing about the Paper Pumpkin kits, these sets are exclusive to the kit. You can't get them anywhere else. They aren't sold separately. So let's grab that pool party piece again. I'm going to use the flower stamp, and I'm going to stamp a background. I'm using the Pool Party ink pad. So I have added 3 ink pads to these cards too. And I got the colors from the colors in the kit. And that's another neat thing with the kit. They give you the list of all the colors too, so you can make your own alternatives yourself. Okay, so just do all of these all over the place. So I'm making my nice little background instead of embossing. I like to do this every once in a while. And this is the same color, pool party to pool party. Now, if you ever wanted to make a lighter version, you can stamp off, or you can use your Versamark, and that gives a nice watermark. But I liked having the bolder look. And we're going to attach that to this pool party piece. Actually, Bermuda Bay. Let's hold off on that. First, I want to put my butterfly on. Now, in the kit, there was this big butterfly. Now, I had already used the first half on my original card that I made. But this is a nice big butterfly that you could put on the front of your box. So I decided I wasn't going to decorate the box, even though I love it. You can still decorate your box. You go right ahead. But I decided I wanted to use this butterfly. I was going to put the full butterfly on the card, and it kind of covers it up. And there's not a lot of different things you can do. And I got to thinking, ooh, I could cut this in half. Now, I'm going to have this is going to look different from my original because the other half I lined up over here. This one I'm going to line up over here, but still going to look just as good. I actually didn't think about that until just this second. But that's good. It's going to look nice. I'm going to grab my silicone mat here. Get this out of the way because the seal does work better on a hard surface. I'm just going to put some steel and get that up here. And some wide places here. I definitely want to put some here along these edges where it's going to be up against the edge of the cardstock because I don't want those flipping off. And I might put a little bit right here. But that's about all I'm going to do, just as long as well, here, I need some more here. I thought I had got some there. Because I don't want to have a lot of adhesive sticking out of these holes. Looks like I got a little string of something on here. Let me grab that quick. There we go. Must have been on the adhesive sheet. Okay, now this is going to line up right along the edge. We've got a straight edge. And that looks pretty good. I like that. So we're going to put that right there. So that butterfly is ready to go. I just think it's a little easier to put this on before you put on the Bermuda Bay, because you can line that up nice and easy. And if you go over it all, you can trim that off just a little bit. A little hard to trim it off when it's attached to this. Now this Bermuda Bay piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4. I just wanted a narrow border, so I didn't go the full 1/4 of an inch larger. I just went 1/8 of an inch larger. Okay, then we'll grab this base here. And this card comes together really quick. This was the first one I came up with because I just had to do something with that butterfly. And we're going to put this right here in the center. Now on my original, I end up using, I'm not sure, I think it might be French. I think that's what that looks like. In the kit, they've got, I think, 3 different languages for us. I think it's German, French. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at them again now. I can't remember. But this was one big strip to be put on the front of that box. But it was too long for a card, as you can see. Even if I were to go this way, it was too long. So I decided to cut right between the no and the what. Let's always hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. And when I cut it, getting ready to put it on my card yesterday, I thought, oh, wait a minute, then I can't use it in the video. So I used one of the other languages. Like I said, I do believe it's French. But I'm going to put these across like this. So wherever the straight edge is, that's going to get lined up with the straight edge of the Bermuda Bay. Okay. But I wanted to use dimensionals for that. So here are my white dimensionals. They're white dimensionals that come in the kit. I've just got these handy. The kit comes with everything you need to make the original cards, which is wonderful. I love that. It comes with your ink spot. Actually, Stampin' Spot. I always call it an ink spot. And the adhesive that you need. So it's one of those things you just grab the box and go and start making it. So now we've got our dimensionals on these. Take your pick tool. Oops. About lost my cap there for a second. Get these off. And I'm going to lay this one down again, this bottom one, so I can get an idea where I want to put this top one. And to get it straight, just make sure that a straight edge here is lined up with the edge of the Bermuda Bay, and that'll get it straight for you. Okay. Now we'll take the backings off of this one. And this one's going to be lined up with this side. Let me angle this so I can see. Yep, that looks pretty straight. Now, it could have stopped there, but there are these beautiful sequins. I don't think the video is going to do it justice. They are so pretty. They've got different colors of the iridescent type, but you can see the purples and the peaches, and just, oh, it's gorgeous. A lot of times I'm not a big sequin gal, but I really like these. They're really pretty. I'm going to put 5 of these in different places. I just thought, since we've got these, we're going to use them. They're gorgeous. I'm going to group a couple of them together down here. Let's see. Let's go over here. We need a little something out here on the outside. And I want to do one more. Let's do one down here. Do I want it there? Yeah, let's put it here. And if you want to add more, you go right ahead. But that is the card. See how quick and easy that went? I'm just in love with this kit. So there's an option there. And if you don't have any more of these pink card bases, you can use, I'm not sure, either Melon Mambo. This almost looks like Flirty Flamingo. I don't think that was one of the colors, but that would definitely work for a card base. And like I said, there are refills to the kit, and only subscribers can get the refill. So those of you that are just buying, that decide to buy this kit but aren't subscribing, you have to be a subscriber to get the refill, just so you know. Okay, so that was card number 1. So let me bring in the original pink cards. So you can see they're totally different. I didn't even use the banners on this one. I will be using the banners on the next card, though. Okay, so let's get ready for the pool party card base. That one is right here. We'll go ahead and fold this one. It's nice having them scored, I have to admit. Get these dimensionals out of the way. I'll be needing them here, but not just yet. Then I used some butterflies here. I love all these butterflies. Now I did not use this purple one down here, just kept falling out, so I just gave up and put it in my stack over here. But I'm going to be using these butterflies right here. Now, if you only make one of these one of my alternatives, then you'll still have some butterflies left. I'm making 2 of them, so I'm using all the card bases, so that's why I don't have any more of those. So those are the butterflies I need there. And I'm also going to use all 4 banners. I'm using a lot of these die cuts in this. But aren't these elements pretty? Let's put these up here. I don't know why I'm putting them in. This will be my trash one. Get all of these out real quick. Aren't the colors gorgeous? I really like this. Oh, I know I've said this a few times, but this kit amazes me. I knew it was going to be good when Shelli was the one helping get it together, but it's beautiful. Okay, then some more die cuts. This was the one that had the big butterfly. And you can see I've already used these 2 on my original, so I'm going to be grabbing these. So this butterfly is a little bit of a different color than on my original card, but it's still going to be perfect for the card. And this spiral one's kind of fun. It kind of jumps up and down. Look at that, the flowers. So we've got those are all the die cuts I used on this one. Now there are 2, well, actually this is not an addition. There is a white piece in the kit, this one right here, and I cut it in half. So that's how I got this one. So that's it, cut in half, okay? And so it's just shy of 2 inches here. And then, let's see, what's the other side? And I can't remember the size. I think this is about 3 1/8. So they're a little off sizes, but that's okay. So let me I'm going to do some stamping. So let me get my Stampin' Pierce mat back out. And I'm going to stamp this big butterfly with the Melon Mambo ink pad. I haven't used Melon Mambo for a while. I don't know why, because it's such a pretty color. I'm going to put this right down here in the corner. Hold it down for a few seconds. And having this mat gives me the nice image that I need. Not using that, sometimes it doesn't look that good. Then we've got our Bermuda Bay ink pad. This is the 3rd ink pad I brought out. So the 3 that I'm using that are not Blackberry Bliss that comes with the kit is Melon Mambo and Pool Party. And I'm going to put this one right here. Okay. Close this up. And now this is an added piece. This is a piece of the Melon Mambo, and it's 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. Let's get this out of the way for a minute. Get this attached. And now I'm going to do some stamping on the card base. I originally thought of just doing it as not stamping on it or anything, but it looked a little bland to me. So there we've got that ready to go. So I'll throw that in here. Bring my Stampin' Pierce mat back out. There is a splatter stamp here. This is Pool Party, so I'm going to bring in my Pool Party ink pad again. And one thing I noticed with this, the way it's shaped, it almost looks like a butterfly wing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp this here. Now it's not going to be perfect, but I thought, it's not like an impressionist type thing, so we'll just do that. So there's almost gives you a butterfly look. Like so. Actually, I don't think, yeah, we need to keep it going this way. So I know that doesn't quite look right, but I'm just doing this as a background, and I really only need them along the edges. Let's do a little one here. Let's do one down here. We'll do a partial one down here. Okay, just keep going until it looks pretty good to you. Okay, that looks pretty good. Everything else is going to be pretty much covered up, so I'm not going to worry about doing that center part. So get this closed up. And that is all the stamping we're doing on this card. And get this out of the way. And now we're going to bring in this one and all of these banners here. And I decided I was going to not just line them up like we did with, like the original had us do. I'm going to put one about here. And we'll bring one down here. And then these are kind of going to go in the middle. So like that's going to go up here lined up with this one. And this one is going to go down here like so, okay? And I'm going to probably move this one in a little bit because I like them overlapping just a teeny bit. You're not actually going to see the overlapping once we put this on top of it. I'm going to make sure I've just got a strip going down the middle. And I kind of liked this showing at the top. So we'll do this here. And actually what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and do the end ones first. I think that's a little easier. Put this all the way across the middle. I'm going to stand up here again. And I'm going to have this width here be about the same as down here, and this the same as that. Now that, I think I need to move it over to the right just a little bit. So I laid it down nice and easy. I didn't push it down to get it attached just yet. That looks pretty good. So put those there. And then I can lay these down and get an idea where I want them. I kind of liked having the purple up there at the top. So they're not overlapping much at all. And it really doesn't matter how they overlap. Like I said, we're not going to see the overlap part anyway. So I'll go ahead and put this one down here. Actually, I think I'm going to put the green. I'm going to do the opposite of what I did on my original. We'll show that's not really green. It's bumblebee is what it is. But we're not showing too much of that bumblebee, so I want to get that at the bottom. Okay, so we've got that there. Oops, get this going again. If I don't cut that adhesive just right, I have to start it over again. I could go with that, but I decided I want to show that purple again, because it needs a little more of that dark color for some contrast. So there we go. So I've got these lined up here and these lined up down here. So that's ready to go. And then this is going to go right on here. But I decided I want to use dimensionals again. So grab these, put one in each corner, like so. And then get my trusty take your pick tool. Love this tool. I use it all the time. And you can't beat $10 for this tool. Love it. Okay, and then I'm going to put this right here around the center. Okay, there we go. So I just like all those different colors in the background. That's really neat. Okay, now we're going to grab these. Actually, when I said we needed these butterflies, those are for the last card. So we will hold that, hold those over there. We don't need those for this card. I thought I was getting too many things out. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here, and usually I would use a glue dot. But with all these openings, I decided to just put some here on the center with my seal. Okay, like that. I'm not going to put any. If you're wanting to, you could use our fine tip glue pen to put some in some of the swirls. But I thought it did just fine doing it on here, like so. Make sure we don't cover up the greeting. There we go. Now, I want to make sure that most of this middle circle, though, is on that cardstock, because this kind of pounces. Isn't that kind of cool? But it is on there really, really good. And then this one is easier with a glue dot, because there's no opening here in the center of the body. And I think just one is all you need. So I'm going to put one on the widest part of the body. Looks like I missed just a little bit, so I'll just kind of curl that. That's the neat thing about glue dots. You can manipulate them a little bit. And then we'll put it right here, so it's like it's flying away. I love all these die cuts with this kit. Now we've got to put our sequins on, and then we'll be done with this card already. Can you believe how fast these are coming together? That was what made it fun. Now, it took me a little longer to come up with them, but once I figured out what I wanted to do, they came together really quick. So I'm going to put one right here, because I thought he needed a little bling. Put one here in the middle of the flower. And we'll put one in the middle of the stamped butterfly too. There we go. So there's the second card. And here was the original pool party card. So totally different, but it's because I just wanted to pair the two card bases together. And I like having those splatters. That just gives a little more of a special look to them. Okay, now we're ready for the last card already. It's going fast. So we're going to grab that last card base. And it's this one. This one is so cool. Fold this one in half. Now this one, I ended up not changing the original card from the original card too much. It is definitely different. But oh, this is just so pretty. And I could have put it on another card base, but I love how all of these watercolor looks here match up with the back of that die cut. So we'll remove this. I went ahead and kept it on the backing. I could have removed it earlier, but I think this helps protect it, and I didn't want to get it torn up because this is my last one. I think I might have to buy refills for this one. A lot of times I don't because I get busy with other things, but these cards are so pretty. Okay. So, oops, I've got one sticking. There we go. So this is ready to go. We'll go ahead and put this on. And this one is easier with glue dots. Let me bring my glue dots back out. And they're, like I said, you can use the glue dots in your kit. Whenever I grab adhesive, like when I'm using seal, you can use the glue dots that are in the kit. That's what they're there for. So any place where there's a big spot, so behind the butterfly body, this big center flower right here. Then we've got another big butterfly. We can hide glue dot there. And then we have another flower over here in the corner. So it's neither, there's one in each corner. So that's going to hold it down nice. You don't have to worry about it coming up. And I'm not going to put any behind any of these flowers because you can definitely see the glue dot then. Then I'm going to line this up. These flowers kind of line up with these, butterfly. I kind of look at these two corners here to line these up. If I get those lined up, then everything else lines up to where it just looks good. It's not going to line up perfectly. You just get it to where it looks nice. And that looks nice. But doesn't that look neat having the watercolor? I'm sorry, I'm getting on the screen a little bit. How the watercolor is behind those. Oh, gorgeous. This is my favorite card, even though I didn't change it up that much. Now, like I said, there are different sets in here. And yes, it is French and German. I thought so. I can tell that's German. And then the English. Well, what are we going to do with those of us who live in the United States? Unless you want to use these others. If you have people that speak German or you do yourself, definitely use those. But I'm going to use one of the ones I know I'm not going to use. And turn it over. And that's going to be my label. This is actually the only thing we're stamping for this card because that's just gorgeous. I didn't want to cover anything up. That much up anyway. We're going to cover a little bit up, not much. And I'm going to use this stamp set here. It says, where there is faith, miracles happen. And this time I am using the Blackberry Bliss. Now I'm using my full ink pad since I had them handy. You can use your ink spot. Or Stampin' Spot that comes in the kit. And I'm going to stamp this right here in the middle. Okay. So we've got that ready to go. We'll get this out of the way since we're done stamping. I just had to use the ribbon that came in this kit. Now, none of the cards use the ribbon, but they use this ribbon on the box. So I'm going to have a lot of this ribbon left. I'm so glad. Isn't that gorgeous? And it is so soft. I'd say it's like that white linen one that we have in the Flowers for Every Season. I think it's the ribbon packet comes in, but this is in Blackberry Bliss. And I think it's a little whiter too. But I didn't measure it. I'm just going to tie a bow here, and I want it to be a small bow. So this one's going to take some tweaking after I get it tied because it's so wide. You end up making the bow too big at first because you just can't help it. But I'm going to keep tugging at it, kind of tighten it. Then I'm going to hold on to that knot and bring it down really small. Okay, because then when I tighten it again, it's going to get bigger. This side looks pretty good. This one is still too big for me. So let me do this. Much better. Oh, that's perfect. That went a lot smoother than it did when I was working on it yesterday. Yay. I had to do it. It was easy to fix, but it just took a little while because it kept stretching out on me. We're going to ankle these. Okay, so those are ready to go. So we'll kind of put this over to the side for a minute. Actually, I think I'm going to cut these a little shorter. I kind of liked it to, usually I'll leave my tails a little longer. But with this card, it looks a little better with them a little shorter. Okay, so get these out of the way. Get this roll out of the way. So that's ready. Let's go ahead and put this down. Now, normally I would put dimensionals on this, but I'm going to put dimensionals on those butterflies instead. So you can use the glue dots in the kit, like I said, or I'm going to use my seal here. Not doing, oops, didn't see that. There we go. I love that I can rub that off too at first. Once it's on there, it's on there. But you have about 10 minutes to be able to do some stuff with this, with the seal. I love the seal. Okay, so I'm going to put this about in the center. That looks good. So put that right across here. That's also going to hold that center down. So that's why the glue dots in the corners were just fine. This is going to need put on with a glue dot. Oh, there are my glue dots. Throwing things around and almost didn't see them. Let's see, where are they at? There we go. Couldn't find my first one. Okay, you have to help that glue dot up just a little bit. And I'm going to put this right here. I want to make sure I'm still seeing my words, which I am. Put it at an angle. Okay, so there's that bow. Now we're going to grab these butterflies that I got out too early a little bit ago. Now these are the ones I want to put on with dimensionals. So let me grab these, and these are just the right size that you can put a full one there, but it's real tight. So make sure you put it right here. And if you're nervous about it, you can clip off some of these side ones. Here, I'll just even do that now to show you. Let me grab my scissors here. There we go. Just cut one of these off. And this is a little easier to put on there, and it's going to support the butterfly just fine. So there's one of the half ones. So we'll take the paper backing off of these. And I'm going to put one right up here. Like so. And I'm going to put the other one fly in this direction. There we go. And that's that card. See, oh, they come together so easy and they're so pretty. How many of you love doing cards that are beautiful but easy at the same time? They don't take you that long. So here's my original, and here's the one I came up with in my left hand. So not a lot of difference, but I really love both of them. So I hope you enjoyed my 3 alternative cards. Let me bring them all in again. So this is the original. The original's on the left. I'm sorry, the alternative is on the left. The original's on the right. So let's see if I can remember to do that here. There we go. There's the original. I keep getting backwards. This is the alternative. This is the original. Normally I put the original on the left side. I don't know why I'm doing it backwards when I normally do. Here's my version here, and I'll put this one down here. It's a little hard to get them all on the screen. Well, here we can do this. There we go. This will help. That got them all in there. So here's my alternative, the original, alternative, original, alternative, original. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, you can still get this kit until August 31st, 2021, and I've got a link to that in my video description. And if you want to see my other alternatives for past kits, just go to my Paper Pumpkin Alternatives playlist, and I'll put a link to that up here in the top and down below in my video description as well. So I hope you enjoyed these cards. I had so much fun making them. And if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours, and I would love to send your first catalogs to you for free. I've got the big annual catalog, the mini catalog here, and Celebration. And if you're new to Stampin' Up! And don't know about Celebration, I love Celebration. We used to only have it in the winter. Now we've got a summer version for 2 months, and this ends September 30th, and you can get free stuff. And there are 3 different ways to get free stuff. And you can find out about that on my Celebration page, link below in the video description, and I'll pop a link up at the top right corner too at the screen. So like I said, just click my contact me link. Also in the video description, I told you there are a lot of links down there. And then send me your email address. And not email address, your mailing address. And I'll get these mailed out to you right away. So here are all the cards again. And if you'd like to stamp with me again, just subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button below. And then click on that bell icon that pops up. And then select all. That way YouTube will notify you every time I do a video. And I will be doing alternatives again next month, and I do other videos throughout the week. Tomorrow I will have my 12 weeks of fall and Halloween. It's week number 4 already. I can't believe how fast time goes. So make sure you subscribe, and that way you can get notified every time I do a video. And to support my channel, please give me a thumbs up or comment below. I really do appreciate it. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.